Day 29. Without the PS5, without gaming. I'm just finding any remote I can, any buttons. Getting withdrawal symptoms. Oh, yes. Just click all these buttons. Oh, yes. Hey guys, so you've seen me sell my PlayStation, you've seen me talk about why I sold my PlayStation, but I would like to go over what I'm going to be replacing my time with. So the gaming time that I used to have, I want to replace it with something more useful, of course, and how I'm going to do it. Starting off, I would say, well, I was thinking about starting some sort of course to progress my career. So I work in IT, and my thinking was if I take, say, a cybersecurity course or something like that, something that'll allow me to climb the ladder. But I don't know if it's worth it. I am tired of the 9 to 5, to be honest. I'm tired of chasing higher pay, chasing higher status. In the end, all it really leads to is more responsibilities and more of a headache, to be honest. If I'm realistic, I mean, I will do more videos about the 9 to 5 and what my opinions are on the 9 to 5. But moving on, I thought maybe it's better if I spend my time doing something of my own rather than something for an employer. Improve myself for myself rather than for my employer, and instead of giving them the benefits of taking on more responsibilities for pretty much the same pay or a tiny pay increase, I'd rather build my own skills and build something of my own. And maybe one day I can let go of the 9 to 5. That'd be a dream. So for me, it was kind of weighing up whether it's worth doing these courses, trying to climb the ladder, or whether it's worth putting my energy into something of my own, creating something of my own, which I think mentally would be nice for me as well, to know that it's something of my own. Right, so enough of the rambling. What am I thinking of doing? I'm thinking of splitting my time into three parts. So something to help me with my mental side, something to help me with my physical side, and then something that I'm building of my own. So whether it's my own business, whether it's this YouTube channel, and what I'm thinking is I come up with some sort of schedule or something like that where every day I'm doing a bit of each aspect. So obviously for physical and mental, it'll be something that helps you mentally, something that helps you physically, keeping yourself physically fit. And then in terms of building, it'll be something like your own business, your own YouTube channel, a side hustle of some sort that you're doing, something that you're building towards and progressing with. Let's cover the mental side first. So, mental side for me would be something like my daily prayers. So, I'm Muslim. I pray 5 times a day, or I try my best. And I think my target is to keep up with these prayers and to be disciplined with them. It's something that gives me a purpose, which is why it helps me mentally, I think. I mean, just taking out 5 to 10 minutes out of the day for a quick prayer to refresh, kind of refresh your brain and then get back into things, I think is something that will help majorly. So, I mean, for yourselves, you could be following a different religion, in which case you might have prayers of your own. You may not believe in any religion, which is fine. You can use that time to meditate, to reflect, maybe. Maybe you can kind of try and look at yourself objectively. Use, 10 to 15 minutes just to kind of remember what you've done throughout the day, look at yourself from an outside point of view objectively, and see how you could have improved yourself, how you could have handled yourself during the day, things like that. And even little hobbies as well, like reading books and things like that, could be good for you mentally. I've said in the past before as well, video games can be useful for you mentally, but Obviously, for me, I had too much of an addiction. I spent way too much time. Obviously, if you can manage it time wise, then it could be beneficial for you. I mean, I've seen it at work where people try to cope with the mental side of things. They try and, energize themselves, refresh their brain, get into it. Um, I mean, there's an example at lunchtime. I bumped into somebody who worked in the same company but a different department, and he was heading to a local temple nearby, and for his lunch break. And I stopped him and asked him, and I was like, "Oh, you heading to lunch?" And he was like, "No, I'm heading to the temple." And I was like, "Oh, interesting, nice, um, something different compared to the rest, because the rest are all going for lunch." And he was like, "Yeah, I like to, spend 10 minutes out at the temple, pray, refresh, re-energize, and then go back to work." And he was like, it keeps me out of the office, keeps me out of trouble, keeps me out of gossip, all the office politics that you have, and things like that. And yeah, that's his way of staying mentally sane, basically. Another example is one of the ladies in my team. To be fair, in my department, um, I seen her pull up early. I was on the early shift. She pulled up the same time as me, and I was like, "What's she doing here?" But then I'd see her in the car reading a book. So that was probably her kind of me time, or you know mental time, where she's just reading a book before work and kind of preparing for the whole workday. So that was one of the three aspects, which is the mental well-being. So the next one is physical. And in terms of physical, I do already play football twice a week. I used to be a gymaholic, and I used to be very consistent with gym back when I was in my 20s. I'm in my 30s now. But I do want to get back into doing exercises and getting back into shape, even watching my calories and things like that, and just getting into a bit better shape, just so I feel better about myself. I really think it does help. I mean, it doesn't have to be hardcore gymming. It can just be a few basic exercises that you do at home. Have a routine of doing it consistently. What I've noticed from my earlier gym days is it's consistency that counts. It's getting your bum in the gym and actually doing the workout, rather than what kind of workouts you do. People will try all these complicated workouts and things like that, but they'll only do it for a month and then stop. Whereas if you just do a few basic exercises, but you do it consistently, you'll see results. It's the same with eating healthy as well. It's all about consistency, isn't it? Keeping it up for a long period of time, and then you'll kind of see the fat loss and the calorie deficit pay off. I mean, for you guys, it doesn't have to be the same kind of exercises I do. It doesn't have to be playing football. It can be something you enjoy. It could be yoga. It could be going for a run. Could be cycling, could be anything. So find something that'll help you with physical well-being. And then, of course, the third and final part I was talking about was building something of your own. Something like, as I've got this YouTube channel, could be a side hustle. You could be a reseller, so you could be, going to the markets, finding something cheap, reselling on eBay. I used to watch plenty of that. I used to binge watch their channels, and then I used to go out and try it myself, with some success as well, to be fair. Then you've got writing, people writing books, writing courses, things like that. It could be something to do with your profession. So, like I'm in IT, you could be somebody who builds websites, you could be a business owner that provides services, things like that. Maybe something on Fiverr where you do a bit of freelancing and things like that. And then, of course, you've got a YouTube channel as well. So create a YouTube channel of your own, upload some videos, see how it goes. It's another skill that you'll learn anyway. I'm sure at some point in your life it'll help you, regardless whether you're a success in it or not, whether you like it or not, and eventually stop doing it. It'll still be something of use for you in the future. Ideally, I need to come up with a schedule of some sort, something that'll include, prayers, which is the mental aspect, a few exercises here and there, which will cover the physical aspect, and then maybe some of my building aspect, which is for me is this YouTube channel. Maybe I can do a bit of uh, ideas, thinking on ideas, or a bit of rough scripting kind of thing on what I'm going to do for my next video, a bit of shooting, a bit of editing, things like that. So I can, split it all up, make it easy for myself in bite sized chunks. And I'm not talking about spending a whole evening coming back from work doing all of this. You'll still have time to relax. You can come back, you can, do your 10 to 15 minutes prayer, you can do your half an hour workout, and then you can spend a bit of time on your building as well, depending on how you feel. So make sure you still relax, of course, and make sure you get plenty of sleep, especially if you're doing a job on the side and you're working and you're trying to do these other things at the same time to improve your life. It can be a lot to take in. I'm hoping we can all improve. I'm hoping we can go on this journey together and improve our lives, get somewhere, maybe escape the 9 to 5. That'd be nice. And just feel better about ourselves, try and build something of our own rather than building something for somebody else. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.